I've heard, and because I've told a couple of my friends about some of these issues, and some my boyfriend is into meditation.
Okay.
He hasn't meditated a lot, but he's had a few experiences with it, and said that they were good experiences. And he said maybe that would help. I don't really know much about it, so I guess I could look into that or talk to you about it.
Okay.
I've heard breathing techniques from another friend of one of my friends that has been diagnosed with anxiety. So maybe that is a way
Another option
to deal with something. Other than that, I wouldn't really know of any other ways. I feel like I have whatever association I'm making or whatever connection I'm making with the time and the rigidity. I feel if I could find a way to relax about that rigid schedule, that would be very helpful, because I think that when I get into this mindset where I have to study for 3 hours exactly, it's like I can't leave those 3 hours.
Right.
And if I can work on a way to say, all right, I want to get work done, I'll work for a few hours and then do something for myself, read a book for pleasure, or go for a run, or whatever I need to do, that's okay too. And I don't know if that will lead me to feel less guilty, but I definitely think that rigidity is causing me, for whatever reason, the anxiety. Because if I break that rigidity, it's just,
right.
It's like, I don't know what to do, almost.
That's your ability to keep a schedule and stay on time is highly valued. It's good for the people that you're with, it's good for your schoolwork, but then there's a point where it seems like it's gone too far.
Right.
And you're not able to go a minute past your deadline or a minute
right.
before.
Right.
So I definitely think we can work on that. And you mentioned some good techniques of maybe some self-talk.
Right.
Where you can talk to yourself about being okay not having to study for exactly 3 hours.
Right.
And doing something else you enjoy, and maybe taking an hour break or however long you need to.
Right. Right, yeah, that would be great. I just, it feel as though I'm not allowed to do that, which shouldn't be it. So I almost feel like I went from one extreme as an undergraduate student to, being kind of lazy with my schoolwork, and I would do it, but it wasn't, I never felt like this paper, there's no way I could get less than an A. I always just tried hard, but never really exceeded the expectations that I knew I was capable of. And now I feel like I'm living up to those expectations. So now that I feel and I know what it feels like, and I've always wanted to be the really good student. Like, growing up, it was very highly valued in my family. And, like I said, I got good grades, probably about a B+ average, like, throughout high school and college. But it was never what, first of all, my mom knew I was capable of, and really what I knew that I was capable of. And I think that I have a little bit of maybe a resentment with that, not taking it more seriously.
So now you're trying to prove to the world that I could have done straight A's during undergraduate, but now I'm going to do it.
Right, and see, now that I am, I do have a little bit of that fear where I'm working so hard, and if I let up a little bit, is it because, will I still be getting those grades, or will they slip? So I've now, I think what maybe had happened is I went into school, and I was working, and then saw the results, A, and I kept getting the result, A, midterm, A. I kept getting those results, and I, that was, associating, essentially, I was associating all my hard work with the grade.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think I'm stuck in the pattern where I'm fearful that even if I just take it down a notch, what happens? I've
Right.
proven to myself I can do it, but I've proven to myself that I can do it under these specific conditions. So if I change those conditions, what happens to the work, what happens to the grade. So I'm fearful of that, and I don't know how to test the boundaries of it.
That gray area,
Right.
where it is uncertain.
Right. And because I am fully aware that the amount of work I'm doing may be what it takes for me to get the A's that I'm getting, and that's okay. I still don't think that the rigidity is necessarily healthy, but if the amount of hours that I put toward it is what is required, then I'm okay with that. But I shouldn't be feeling, at least I don't think, that I should feel anxious when I am 15 minutes late, or when I am exhausted and want to take a break and watch a TV show, and then as I'm watching, I feel guilty. I don't think that's good. So I thought maybe, incorporating some of that stress management with, I don't even know if time management would be a good way to go about it, but again, then I'm testing those boundaries.
Right.
So
you're trying to get away a little bit from your rigidity of your schedule.
Right.
So putting in another time
Right.
management schedule may not necessarily be the best thing for you.
Right. So it's very it's conflicting for me, because for one aspect I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, but I really do think that over time, the way that I feel when I do get anxious will be very hard for me, and I think that will, especially when we do a practicum in a year and applying for that, I don't know that this lifestyle that I'm having, or not the lifestyle, but the feelings of anxiety, I would think would be magnified under more pressure situations.
Right.
And I kind of thought maybe if I take care of it now, learn how to manage it, when I am really crunched for time and really busy with school and practicum, then I can manage it better.
Do you have colleagues that you've looked to see how they manage it, or how much time they devote to?
They do.
Support?
They devote a lot of time. A lot of time to that. So it's definitely the same time constraint with them.